Welcome back to another episode of Agents of the Four Seasons Dance of Spring. So in the previous episode, we had a very emotional one as expected from this author, right? It was an absolutely stunning first episode of the series. Got me very much in the feels, right? And the OST was fantastic, the animation was fantastic, and the story seems very, very interesting so far. We met our main characters, because there's two of them. They're traveling together. They are... I'm forgetting the name right now from the top of my head, but the main girl, she is the agent of spring, which means that she's tasked with bringing spring about to the country, right? And she's been absent from this for about 10 years, so people have been without spring for 10 years now. There's also like some underlying plot of, you know, in the past, winter and spring were together and stuff like that. They were lovers. So now I'm guessing we're gonna have some kind of like plot line around maybe the agent of spring and the agent of winter. I guess we'll see where it's gonna go, but it also seems like it is the entire thing of kind of like an analogous situation of, you know, moving on from your troubles or from your trauma and stuff, and bringing about a new page in your life. And it seems like that's gonna be kind of like the main theme of the show, I would guess, but I guess we'll find out, right? So if you wanna watch this uncut and unblurred, as well as on Patreon description, and let's go into Agents of the Four Seasons, episode 2. This is the person we saw at the end of the previous episode. Lingering snow. If only I had died back then. My guess was that he was the agent of winter. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Oh. Wait, let me see that again. What exactly happened? They kidnapped you, forced you to become the agent, right? Oh, and Spring disappeared. Interesting. I'm guessing that was the scene that we saw at the beginning of episode 1, right? Oh god, this feels like... Hopefully it's not foreshadowing. Oh, it feels like foreshadowing, man. Here we go. Here we go. She's back. Oh, the opening. I don't think we got an opening in the previous episode, did we? I'm gonna mute it on YouTube, but I'm gonna leave you in my reaction. Oh my goodness. Here he is. Oh, it's Taku Inoue who wrote the song. Sung by Orange Star? Okay. I swear Taku, wrote songs for like half of the anime industry at this point. Aww. I just hope that entire thing about parting wasn't like foreshadowing. It felt very ominous. But also, maybe I'm just traumatized by other anime. Ishihara. Winter! Uh-huh! Oh, okay, I see. What was the name? Sorry. She's Ishihara. Rosei Kantsubaki. Man, they have some very unique names. This is gonna be Hinagiku and... I'm gonna call him Rosei. That's gonna be easier to remember. Hinagiku, Rosei, Sakura... Itecho, Kangetsu. Itecho. She seems cool. Or... Yeah, she seems cool. Okay. They don't seem too happy about it though. So one interesting thing that they said earlier during the entire helicopter scene was they said that 10 years ago they kidnapped you and Spring stopped around the country during that time, right? So it kind of makes it seem like it was the agency's fault that there was no Spring, right? Because the agency kidnapped her. Which is interesting because I was assuming that something happened, obviously, that we saw at the beginning of episode 1, and because of that, she got traumatized and she kind of like shut herself in for the next 10 years because of it, and that's why Spring disappeared. But it seems like it was actually the agency themselves who were responsible for it. Childlike behavior suggests mental stagnation, regress. Ability to manifest appears unaffected by, due to her guard working to stabilize her state. Additionally, her broken speech. And the shock of the kidnapping left her... Okay. 10 years ago. Literally. What? What? This is not what I expected. Hold grudges against the season? What does that even mean? Ooh, okay, pop off. Oh, the animation's so clean as well. I did not expect there to be any kind of action in this. Insurgents, okay. I'm gonna put you in harm's way. So they want their powers, or like they hate them for one reason or another, right? I guess I didn't really think about this, but I guess it would make sense if you think about it in a way where, you know how maybe something happens to someone you love or to yourself in a certain season because of the weather, let's say, right? Let's say it's the winter, which would be the most dangerous season in most places, right? So it makes sense why winter would have the most problems here. But let's say something happens in winter to someone that's close to you or to you because of the bad weather. And naturally, for us, we can't really blame it on the weather, right? It's hard for us to be like mad at Mother Nature or anything along those lines, right? We don't really have a target to be mad at if something happens because of the weather. But here, they have actually a personification, a target for their anger, right? Because it's basically this person who's kind of like the personification of the season itself. So they have a target to be angry at. That's really interesting. I didn't think about this, but that makes sense, right? Especially it makes sense why winter would be the most hated one as well, right? The agents seem very close to, or sorry, the guards feel very close to the agents. I want to know more about what happened back then. Let's see it. Oh, was it the Insurgents? Is it Sakura? Yeah. Wait. Oh, Hinagiku did this. Was that why she was taken by the agency? Because of this power? The flower of ice.
石原女子、そう簡単な話ではないんだ。ひなぎく様のお気持ちはわからない。だが少なくとも、従者は、姫だか桜は、我々を許しはしないだろう。
それはどういう？
すべて、私のせいだ。
10年前に起きた春の代行者加陽ひなぎく誘拐事件。当時冬の里に滞在していた春の代行者
Yeah, that's what I got. It was the Insurgents, yeah.
捜索は国家治安機構指揮長春の里冬の里の4陣営
Okay. Okay, I misunderstood it. Wait, we're at 11:54. I want to go back and check something. So, Sakura said 10 years ago they kidnapped you and Spring whatever wasn't there during that time. And by they I'm pretty sure she was talking about the season, what's it called, 4-season agency, right? But here they said that the Insurgents were the ones who kidnapped her and the 4-season agency were looking for her. Maybe by her, Sakura wasn't talking about, or maybe by them, she wasn't talking about the agency, but about the Insurgents. Maybe it was just
春の里はたったの3ヶ月で捜査から手を引いてる。どうして？お願いします。見捨てないで。開けてください。お願いします。店長様、春の里は捜査を打ち切ると。私、お役目を下ろされました。私は従者です。命に代えてもひなぎく様をお守りするべきでした。なのに、生き残ってしまった。
待って！違う！君のせいじゃない！責められるべきは賊の侵入を許した冬だ！私だ！
罰を受けます。でも今はひなぎく様を探さないといけないのに。
冬の里に来なさい。私たちとひなぎく様を探そう。
しかし、冬の里も5年後には大規模捜査が打ち切りに。つまり、
she's been missing for that
代
long.
行者は見捨てられた。見捨てませんよね。嘘ですよね、伊手長様。ひなぎく様も私を
桜。
助けるって。
I wonder what the reason behind. Oh my goodness. What the reason is for them abandoning the search here as well.
探すぞ、伊手長。里の助けがなくとも。
I guess it's just the village, right? It's not their decision. Yeah.
以後、春の護衛官、姫高さくらは消息を絶ち、冬陣営との交流は途絶えた。
あの時、命に代えてもひなぎく様をお守りするべきだった。そうすれば老星も、桜も。なのに、守れなかったんだ。桜、まだ私が憎いか。
Okay, so we got some exposition here. So it seems like Hinagiku got abducted by the insurgents when they were attacking Winter. She kind of sacrificed herself, gave up herself to the insurgents so that she could protect the other three, right? And then the search for her was abandoned after 3 months by the village of Spring, which is very suspicious. Like, what? You're gonna give up a someone who's like basically a god, you're gonna give them up after 3 months. That's crazy. Even the village of winter, they were searching for 5 years. Granted, obviously they were being pestered, I'm sure, by the agent of winter and the guard of agent of winter, right? So they were being pestered by them, I'm sure, but still they were searching for 5 years before they ultimately came to the decision of, you know, calling it off. And that is interesting. So I thought it was gonna be one of those things where there was like one traumatic event in the past that she just needed like a decade to recover from. I didn't actually realize that she was missing for the entire decade. That's, or at least for a big portion of it. That's kind of crazy.
式長と里を解き伏せた。時間はかかったが、あいつらの力添えのおかげだ。彼らは皆、10年前の襲撃を生き残った者たちだ。あの時俺たちと同じく、ひなぎく様に救われた。
ああ。
春の帰りを喜んでいるのはお前だけじゃない。お前と一緒に春が見たいんだよ。行くぞ、ローゼ。お前が望むなら、どこへだって連れて行ってやる。
忘れていました。前に春が来たのはまだ10代の頃でしたから。
見事だな。
The cherry blossoms.
助けに来たぞ。もう大丈夫だ。
帰ってきたんだ、あいつは。止まれ。襲撃の可能性がある。確認が取れるまで全員待機だ。
了解。
ひどいな、あれは。
Whoa, whoa, okay, it got caught though. It got caught by the rail.
中に子供が。
Can you make a platform of ice to like capture it?
いつまで持つか。
確認取れました。襲撃の危険はありません。無関係の事故です。すでに複数通報もあり、国家治安機構と救急が対応中。了解した。
ローセン様、お待ちください。
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't wanna expose your powers, right? And expose your identity in front of everyone.
神通力は季節をもたらすためのもの。式条例によって誤信以外での個人的な使用は認められていない。
Makes sense.
分かっているだろう。俺なら救える。お前はヒーローじゃない。式の代行者だ。この人だかりで能力を使用し、身分が明らかになればどうなる。どこへ行くにも危険が跳ね上がるぞ。今以上にお前の行動も制限される。
And everyone's recording it.
ローゼ、いてちゃ。目の前に助けられる命がある。今なら救える。お前ならその意味がわかるだろう。
Hmm.
待っている暇はないだろう。歌だけだ。やれるな。当たり前だ。本当はあいつに言いたかった。
Nice. Platform of ice. Come on. Nice.
助けに来たぞ。もう大丈夫だ。と俺の手で助け出したかった。けれど
冬の対向車の能力、生命凍結。あんなこともできるなんて。
まったく粋なことを。
Ha.
そうだ。あいつは戻ってきたんだ。春にふさわしい振る舞いをしなければ。
Where are the drivers, by the way? I'm nervous. Okay, okay. Oh.
助けに来たぞ。
Hmm. Hmm.
よくやった、ローゼ。面倒事は任せろ。私が何とかしておく。すまないな。謝るな。言っただろう。お前が望むならどこへだって連れて行ってやる。私はお前のために生きてるんだ。何度でも言う。ローゼ、私はお前が一番大事なんだ。そういうのをさくらに言え。
Oh. I'm loving the relationship between the guard and the agent. They're always, or they seem to be really, really not even just close, but like completely like family, right?
大丈夫だ、ローゼ。いつかきっとひなぎく様のこともなんとかなる。責任も取れないのに、そんなこと。責任は取るさ。生涯かけてお前を守る。だからそういうのはさくらに言え。そうだな。あれは見事だったぞ。ひなぎく様のもたらした春を汚さないように、ああしたんだろう。
Ah. Whoa. The ice flower. That's the ice flower. Aforementioned ice flower.
ひなぎく、お前はどこにでもいるな。俺が恋焦がれるから、どこにでも現れる。
And that's the end? Wow. Ooh. Oh, it's Orenstar again. And Taku Inoue, of course. That's it. Okay. Interesting. So we got a lot of lore and backstory and stuff in this episode, right? We also, of course, met our Agent of Winter here, and we saw why he feels this strongly about the entire situation, or at least some of the history that they have between one another. Also, the guard as well. I'm gonna need to remember them. It's Rosei, right? Rosei is the name of the agent. I'm gonna need some time to remember the name of the guard though. But yeah, so one thing that did confuse me a bit is at the beginning, Sakura was saying that, you know, look, it's the 4-season agency, they're here for you. And then she was like, you know, do you have any regrets? 10 years ago, they kidnapped you. and you went missing, or the spring went missing and stuff, right? That's what Sakura said. Now that day, I kind of just assumed that she was talking about the 4-season agency when she said they kidnapped you, but also then during the retelling of that backstory from the winter side of things, they said that the 4-season agency were also looking for Hinagiku, right? So they were also, and that the insurgents were the one who took her. So it could be that the day that Sakura said was just a regular day that could mean anyone and not necessarily pertain to the 4-season agency, which would make sense as well, which would make more sense, I would say, right? It would be the insurgents who took her. But it is suspicious how the Spring Village gave up the search after only 3 months. I feel like there is more to it, right? I feel like there's more to it. That feels very suspicious. Why would you give up a search for basically, not necessarily your god, but basically the vessel of your god, right? Why would you give up the search for them after 3 months of searching? After they've been basically, supposedly, taken or kidnapped by the terrorists or the insurgents, right? Who want to use their power, their power for themselves, right? Well, that feels very, very dangerous. So it seems like there's more going on behind the entire kidnapping. I'm sure we'll find out. Yeah, we saw that 5 years into the search, Hinagiku was still not found, right? So Sakura was still searching for Hinagiku 5 years into the kidnapping without any kind of trace of her. So I didn't realize it was actually that long. As I said previously, I thought it was going to be one of those things where she just had a very traumatic event once 10 years ago, and then after that it was basically her recovery period, and now she finally decided to take that step forward. But no, it seems like she was actually like she was being kept somewhere for a big portion of those 10 years, right? Which is sounds very traumatic, right? Also, we did get a bit of a nod to the entire speech, her speech and stuff, because obviously I did talk about it a bit in the previous episode, how her entire speech definitely seems a bit unnatural and stuff, and I wasn't sure whether it was a trauma response or if it was kind of like just a quirk, character quirk, but it seems like it is, according to some stuff in this episode, it seems like it is a bit of a trauma response to the situation, right? So very interesting. We'll see where it's gonna go. But for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.